Hello and welcome to Real Life, Real Faith. I am joined as always by Pastor Farr and Charlie Jordan. Today we are asking the question, is it too late for you? Pastor Farr, over to you.
This is probably an area, it's one of my favorite things to meditate on and to think about in Scripture because God is so often, so many times, I mean, He's the God who raises the dead. I mean, is it too late when someone's dead? Yeah, it's too late. That's it, you know. Yeah. It's done. It's over. And how about this scripture? Jesus said, Lazarus is dead, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. If you just think about how God is not moved by, the timing of things. We've talked about, Kim was the king of timing, and God is obviously the king of timing. And so Abraham didn't have that child of promise until he was 100 years old. We talked about Lazarus. You think about Naomi and Ruth, and all hope is completely gone. Mm-hmm. And things have to die in our lives before, God can resurrect them, or before it just seems to be a principle, not that God's masochistic and, He just wants to make us oppressed and sad and, He's not that way, but that's the way the world is. Everything in this world is, can we say, diminishing? Everything in this world is fading. The law of, the laws of nature tell us this. So Charlie had mentioned in a previous broadcast about Joseph. What an amazing story, Just loss after loss. How about Job? Loss after loss after loss. So think about you. Is it too late? How about Colonel Sanders? He didn't strike it. He didn't get fired up until he was probably in his 60s.
Come on.
And it just goes on and on and on. It's just the way it is. It's never Italians. It's never too late for God. Never, never, never.
Yeah.
Right.
Charlie.
Yeah, it's never too late for God because God is outside of time. Time doesn't dictate to God. Yeah. God dictates to time.
Yeah.
And that transitional period that happens whenever we transition over, okay, that's eternity. There's an eternity amount of, for lack of a better word, time that is taking place. And so, no, it's never too late when it comes to God because He's always on time. He's always on time. But I know different people, you may have that question. You may struggle with that a little bit. Did I miss it? Am I late on stepping into my destiny? Did I make the wrong turn on the yellow brick road, for lack of a better term? No, you didn't if you're truly walking with God, because God is not controlled by time. He's not controlled by time. And the beautiful thing about God is we miss it all the time. I don't care how many times you swing. I'm going to use baseball analogy now. You swing at a ball and you miss it. You can never strike out with God. You can never strike out with God whenever you are truly seeking Him. Because soon, if you keep swinging that bat, you will hit a home run once you connect with God. That's my take on it.
I would also like to remind myself and everybody else here listening that Moses, after being proclaimed to be the deliverer, kind of just hung out on a mountain and had to tend sheep for 40 years, which is longer than I've been alive. That's actually more time than I have been upon this earth. And sometimes I feel like I've been here for 392 years. But God is really not concerned with time the way we are.
Right.
He's able to do anything whenever He wants to, and His will can be accomplished whenever He wants it to be accomplished. So we're the ones who live in a society where time and pressure and stress is there. It's something that I sometimes yearn for, actually, when you read through the the various testaments, if you were going to go from Galilee to Jerusalem, it was going to take you 3 days to walk. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
Maybe you'll sit upon a donkey, but the donkey's going to get tired too. Nobody was charging off. That's what it was. And they walked. Like, I think Jesus and his disciples spent a lot of time just sort of walking and talking.
Yes.
And we don't do that. Everything is packed to we've scheduled, everything is scheduled from here to, just even having children in school, the schedules that they keep.
Yeah.
My daughter's got orchestra, and then she's got play practice, and she's got kids coding classes, and she's got all these things, and then she's in 3rd grade now, so their homework is manic, and then she's asking me for help with math, and I'm thinking, Heavenly God, help me, I don't know what she's talking about.
Right.
But everything's just so packed and scheduled, and we've got to get this done, but I think God is just infinitely more concerned with our character than he is in the time frame that we're living in.
Yep.
And so if Moses spent 40 years on a mountain, Jesus spent 30 years vibing, being a carpenter, making little bits of furniture, I would assume, and different things before he had his public ministry, same as John the Baptist.
Yep.
Think about Elijah. There aren't these stories of him having this incredible childhood and doing all these crazy things.
Right.
1 Kings 17 just opens with now Elijah the Tishbite from Tishbe in Gilead.
Right.
Nobody even knew where the heck that was. It was some random place.
Right.
Same as Elisha. He was an attendant, whether it's Jeremiah or Isaiah or whoever, at some point God sort of just came to them and called them. But by all accounts, I'm sure a lot of other people would have looked and said, it's too late for you. But it wasn't.
Right.
Because God doesn't function the way we do. And like you mentioned, even with Abraham, he waited 100 years for that promise.
Right.
That is a long time.
It's a long time.
Think about how tired we get between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody goes, oh, but God is just so much bigger than that. And so even if we feel like we're at the end, that's not what he thinks.
Right.
And I don't think it matters how old somebody is. I think if we're willing, that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes me think about 2 actors that got into the acting game that became popular in Hollywood past their 50s, okay? W.C. Fields. He became popular and a very popular actor, but he was over 50 years old when he started his film career. And now the black gentleman, I can't think of his name now, it just went out of my head.
He's played God several times.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
I was going to ask you what's his name, Charlie.
Morgan Freeman.
We both
Morgan
forgot his
Freeman.
name.
Just forgot his name, but he got his
Morgan.
start. Yeah, Morgan Freeman. He got his start in his 50s.
Sir Anthony Hopkins too. Sir Anthony Hopkins was also a lot older.
Yeah, they didn't give up on their dream. And so some may say, well, why are you talking about these natural people? Because I believe that they were born to do what they did and what they're doing right
Absolutely.
now. And if you don't give up on this that God has placed in your heart to do, don't worry about time. You will do it.
Yes.
Because time is not the problem. The problem is your faith. Step into your faith and then you'll know.
Time's on our side, isn't it?
Yeah.
So think about a diamond and think about how long it takes for that precious gem to be formed. And you're more precious. Jesus said, you're more precious than the lilies of the field. You're more precious, than anything in this world. And God is at work to will and to do of his good pleasure. You are his poema. You're his masterpiece.
Right.
And let's not say, God, we think you're doing a bad job. No, let's cheer him on and let's remember that he will be faithful to do what he promised he will do. Christy.
I love this. And I really hope you're encouraged today. Maybe you think that you're past it. Maybe you feel like it's too late for yourself, for your family. It's never too late. God is able to do anything. And the scripture that I think of is we do not grow weary
Yes.
in doing well, for at the right time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. The other translations say if we faint not. So I'm encouraging you today, no matter where you're at in life, no matter what it is that you're going through, God cares about you, he cares about your situation, and he knows your situation. And we care about you too. So please feel free to email us, realliferealfaith@houseofdestiny.org. We would love to hear from you. Whether you just need prayer or some support or a community, please reach out to us. And then if you're able to, support us and continue our efforts of what we're doing here. You can scan the QR code, you can click the red link below, the player to give, you can text your gift, you can join our partnership. There's a lot of ways that you can help us continue doing what we're doing. So we say, God bless you, thank you, and we'll see you next week, every Tuesday here at Real Life, Real Faith. God bless you.
These guys did all of these things, but yet and still, God chose them. Abraham became what? Okay, the father of faith.
Our favorite story is David. I mean, you know, he wasn't chosen. He was, you know, the little guy out in the field with those few sheep. And how can you not identify with that as a person?
Think about the disciples. He walked around and picked some fishermen.
Oh my God, yes.
You know, like Galilee was looked down on. Hagalil, it's the Galilee. It was looked down on as being a place of tradesmen, and you know, they weren't seen as these learned, educated men. And specifically in Jewish culture of the day, knowledge was power.
Hello, friends. I'm Donna Clement Petrushka, and I am honored to invite you to something truly extraordinary, the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Now you can gain unprecedented access to my father's entire digitized video archive. Every prophetic moment, every powerful teaching, every anointed worship session is now available to you in the Prophecy Vault. Plus, I'm excited to share that my dad's special School of the Prophets teachings are included, offering you deep, transformative lessons on hearing God's voice and understanding his revelations. Your partnership is crucial. Not only will you gain access to these incredible resources, but you'll also help us continue the vital work of preserving, digitizing, and adding new Kim Clement material to the archives. I'm inviting you to step into the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Let's embark on this journey of revelation together, and I can't wait to see you inside.
I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 six-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, just $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever mega sale. But wait, remember that $75 free shipping rule? Well, that ship is sailed, because right now, every order ships absolutely free.
We here at the House of Destiny are partnering with you to let our viewers, of course, know about your company. It's Beverly Hills Precious Metal.
Andrew, explain how that works.
So I'll walk you through it right now. So if you go to bh-pm.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see a form that you could fill out. And that form is very important in letting us know how we can help you. So you just put in your first name, last name, email address, phone number. There's a section that says, how did you hear about us? And in there, put Kim Clement. And then there's a portion where you could write a couple of notes down on the bottom. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, we'll contact you by phone call, and then we'll go over everything with you. This isn't a high pressure deal. We always recommend that if you feel uncomfortable, take a step back, pray about it. You will gain the answers that you need by doing that, and come back to us when you're comfortable.